Howdy, and welcome to the video. My name is Insightful Knight, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit differently today. I'm going to be doing a commentary over one of my Knight matches to try and explain my thought process on how I play them. So that way, if you're a Knight main or you're getting into Knight, hopefully this helps you out. Maybe you'll learn some new tricks from this, or maybe learn some new ideas from it. But with that, let's get into the video, and hopefully you enjoy it. Alright, so we start off in Mother's Dwelling. Not a good map for Knight. It's a pretty decently sized one, and we're not running Call to Arms, so we have to be very careful with how we use our guards here. So I'm going to cycle through my guards and get up Jailer. Jailer is who I like to use at the very beginning, since he has the biggest radius for detecting, and it's great for putting early game pressure. Now right around here, I'm sending out a guard to inspect this Jhin to see if I hear any footsteps, anything like that, and I don't. But over here, we see some scratch marks, and we're going to send out Jailer to try and get a hunt. And there we go. First hunt going, and we're going to go right after them. We want to try and get a hit as early as we can in the early match, put some pressure, and we usually try to drop them, depending on where they're at. Get the hit here, and we get the pretty good pallet as well, so the soup is now not great. And we drop, and we go and try and put some more pressure on the gens. See if anyone's over here, and we see a foot on this Jhin right here, and it is the Rebecca. Go and chase after her, try and get another hit. Basically just going for a hit and run play style for the early match, at least until at least one Jhin pops. Get the hit. I see someone else fall down here. And then Meg. Curse you, Meg! Good play by the Meg. We got tricked by her. We see Sable over here though, and we're going to go after Chase. He didn't watch. She drops house, we get Carnifex, break it instantly, and that gets us a free hit. See from Sable's speed that she does have life, so we need to keep that in mind for the future. We send out our guard to try and get a hunt. We do miss it, unfortunately. However, thankfully, the Predator, we do see where she's at. We turn around to hide our red light, and bam. So we're going to try and put Sable on a hook, and thankfully, and thanks to Jolt, we don't have to go for a pick on those two Jhins. They're already regressing. Love that perk. It's so good on Knight. But now we're just cycling through our guards, seeing if anyone's on these Jhins, see if we can get another chase going on. And right about now, we lose a Jhin. Now we're lost main. That is perfectly fine. What we're trying to hold is a 3 Jhin back here by Shack, because besides Shack, there's really no other good loops around this area. However, in the other sections of the map, there are some good loops that I don't really want to deal with, and my guards aren't the best at looping around them. So we're going to try to hold this back area, and we're perfectly fine with losing a couple of Jhins, because Knight is really good at snowballing. He is not a killer that holds 5 Jhins. They get the unhook, so we're going to go back since we don't see anyone else. We missed the hunt with our Jailer with the Meg, but that's a-okay. He's now patrolling that middle section. Boom, they get a heal off. We're going to send Assassin and put some pressure on them. Misses the hunt. Lead is right here though. And the hunt starts. Now Assassin's not going to get hit, but he's going that way. He's going to the left. So instead of following him and getting no pressure on her, we're going to go around and force a hit. And right here. She's in a dead zone now. She can't go back because the Assassin's on her. And free hit right there. Surge activates, and now that Jhin's regressing. Alright, and we're going to send this Jailer after the Rebecca right here. Try and get a hunt going on so we don't have to worry about 3 survivors, just 2 survivors. And there we go. Good job. Now she's preoccupied for the next 40 seconds. And let's get the lead on hook. With that Jhin regressing, we don't have to kick it now. Thank you, Jolt, once again. And now it's time to hunt the other 2 survivors. Now Jailer does actually get a hit, which is amazing. It's not often that you see Jailer get hits just because he's so slow, but hey, right here, great hit. Rebecca's now injured, and we send Assassin after her. Assassin gets the hit, and bam. Now unfortunately they did heal this Lita practically instantly. I think running leverage on this build may be a bit better, especially with how Knight plays. But Rebecca's now on hook, and we know they're on this side of the map for the most part. Once again, we are trying to hold these 3 Jhins right here. Preferably these 4, but if we lose this one in the hill, that is a-okay. We are just trying to hold this 3 Jhin. And we do lose this Jhin up here to the right, but that's fine. Once again, doesn't matter. Makes it easier for us in the, as the game goes on. Sitting there guarding this, getting our hunt started on this leader again. We go for the hit on her. With Knight, when a guard hunt happens, you are not expected to get a hit with them unless it's maybe an assassin. For the most part, if the survivor knows what they're doing, they're never going to get hit by a guard. So anytime I have the opportunity to hit a survivor with an M1, I take that chance. It also helps with my Save the Best for Last and the Sloppy Butcher. So that's why I hit her right there instead of letting Jailer pursue her for 40 seconds. And now we send out another assassin, see if that gets a hit. It does. Now, right here, if she knew how to play against Knight a bit better, she would have gone to the hook and faked an unhook to get the guard off of her. But instead, she came towards us, which is the worst move she could have done here. Because now, she gets pincered and gets down. And Jolt applies once again. They get the hook. Now, normally, you don't want to send Carnifex out. Carnifex is not the best for looping anymore after his changes with the Lara Croft update. However, all of my other guards are on cooldown, and I need to put pressure on these survivors on hook so they don't heal. So I send Carnifex out to try and stall. I'm not expecting him to get a hit here, just to buy me some time. Which he does perfectly. Now they can't heal the Rebecca, and now the Sable is going to be busy for the next, like, 6 seconds. And right there, she finds the banner and escapes. But look at that, Rebecca's no longer healed, and now we can go and bother the Meg. Cycle the guards, send out Jailer once more since we don't really know where they're at. And he gets to the detection, nice. Right here, once again, Sable could have gone for that unhook, or at least faked it to get the guard off of her, but she decided not to. Which allows us to put a lot of pressure, and she drops the pallet as well, which is a decent play against Knight. But ultimately, she's still going to get hit. She drops another pallet here, which is not the best call. Now I can decide to break these pallets, or I can decide to leave them to buy some more pressure by sending another guard. Especially since I don't plan on looping here too often, I don't really need to break these pallets. Because if they loop over here, I'll just drop them. We're gonna go for the break on the middle one, because sometimes they will loop around main, and it helps out my guards just a bit. But we're not gonna break that other one in that other vault. Unfortunately, bad placement on my end from that guard. If I placed it more to the left, that would be out of detection. Right now, we're looking around. We left the Lita because she's going to a decent loop, but right here we have Sable. We want to try and see if she can drop Shack Pallet, which she does. And the guard hunt happens, but we don't have to worry about it because we get her. Now we do lose some stacks from Save the Best for Last, but that's a-okay. Right here, I'm going to put them on the second floor, or on the hill. That way, hopefully, they'll heal up here, and I can get a guard hunt going, and they'll get hit. Since I know none of them have balanced landing. Another guard hunt begins with the Rebecca. I don't decide to chase after her. To waste my time, she's going to an area I have no pressure on, so I let the Jailer go after her. Now we'll keep an eye out and see if she's going back. But right here, we see Thalita's going for the save, so we send out an assassin. Now you never want to send an assassin, or you never want to send a guard on hook, because if a guard hunt happens, it'll just touch the person on hook, and you lose a guard. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to wait for them to get the unhook. The Thalita is playing it really smart. She's waiting until I place that guard down. So we're kind of at a stalemate here. So instead, I go up there and try and interrupt it myself, and she gives up on the unhook. Now right here, I played this kind of badly. I should have waited for the assassin to try and get a hit, but all in all, still get a hit. Put another guard down, make sure Rebecca does not get this gen popped, because I cannot lose this gen. Push her out of the cover so the Jailer gets the hit, and I'll let Jailer do his work. So after kicking this gen, we're going to let the Jailer do his work, chasing Rebecca. We're going to inspect these other gens, make sure no one's working on them. And right up here, we notice that Meg is healing someone. Turns out to be disabled. Now right here, there are two people we can go for. We can either go for Sable first and try and get it down instantly, or we can go for the Meg who's uninjured and apply some pressure with Sloppy Butcher. So right now, I go for the Meg. Now, if you're trying to win, I would recommend going for the Sable here. Get the hit, and then we drop her instantly and go for the Sable. Now, Sable isn't making any noise. So either she has Iron Will or she has Off the Record. And right here, we see she has Off the Record. Now she's mending. Really no point in hunting her down anymore, so we're going to send a guard after her. And we get the hit on Rebecca now. And right here is the perfect opportunity for Knight. Assassin's coming up. We let him get close enough. He gets a hit and instantly down to Rebecca. You don't see it happen often, especially with Assassin nowadays, but whenever you get the chance to, always try to get a double hit with your guards. It turns the match. It can turn a losing match into a win instantly. Another gen gets depleted, unfortunately, but we're going to send a jailer out, see if we can catch anyone. Doesn't spot anyone, unfortunately. It looks like they went towards main. But that's a-okay. As long as they do not get the 3 gen that we have, we should be good. We spot the Meg right here, so we send out an assassin. So right around here, we can see that the assassin is pushing Meg into Shack. So we decide to cut her off by pallet. It's kind of a 50-50. She can choose either pallet or the window. But I'm going to go with pallet since it seems like the safer option for her to go. And bang, right there. Perfect cooperation between me and the guards there. Does not happen often, but it is beautiful when it does. Get the Meg on hook, and we decide to break the pallet since it is kind of a pain for our guards. But now this area is practically a dead zone, making this 3 gen even harder for them to break. Send another jailer to that gen, making sure that Rebecca doesn't come back, and we get the Sable. Or, sorry. Making sure this, the other survivors don't come back because Rebecca's on hook. Now Rebecca does die on hook, so right there, that won us the game. Now Jailer is currently chasing the Sable, and I could go for them, but I see that she's not going towards the banner at all, so there's no reason for me to go up there. I'm going to go bother people on the hook and try and prevent the heal. So we go back to this one, go back to the hook, try and make sure they don't get the heal. Fortunately, they seem to have a healing perk or a med kick, so we aren't able to stop it. We are able to put pressure on them. Meg right here, we get the hit on her. And Felita is running through Shack. Now right here, the assassin takes a right instead, which I've never seen him done before. He gets the hit, and then bam. I get the hit as well. That is amazing. You don't see it happen often, but sometimes the guards will just decide to not vault a window and cut survivors off like that. It's beautiful when it happens. It's rare, but it's beautiful. But that results in Felita going down, and now it's 2v1. With that though, Sable is able to complete the gen to my far right, which leaves us down to 1 gen, but we are in the perfect situation. We see Meg right there, that other gen to my right is regressing, and she's in a dead zone. Now it's just a matter of time before I get the hit. She does a pretty good job of looping this little rock though, I will give you props. With that, Meg is now downed. Sable is most likely going around main to try and get the unhook, because if she goes towards me, she's going to get intercepted by my guards. So she's going to probably be going on the far outside and curving towards Shack. I at the time did not realize that, so I sent the guard forward, thinking she may have been going the most obvious path. Right there, Sable gets the unhook, and now I hunt down the Sable. Now, if you're going for the win in this situation, go for the slug on the Meg, and then go for the Sable. But I didn't care about going for the 4K, so I decided to have some fun with it. We get the hit on Sable. Now she's injured. Predator lets me know exactly where she's at, and I get ready to send another guard out. And at this point, we can abandon the 3 gen because Meg does not have enough time to pop it. We sent out a jailer. We kind of curve it around to see if she goes around the outside, but she stays on the inside, so it doesn't result in much. This is kind of a waste of a guard, honestly. Chasing after her would have been the better play. We hide our red spot right here, and she's revealed. Bad position on her part. And we get the down on Sable, and now it's just down to Meg, who we decide to give the hatch. But all in all, they played really well. This is a very fun match to play with. We had great examples with Knight's guards, being able to use them properly, being able to work together with the guards, and all in all, I think it was just a perfect example of how powerful a Knight can be and how strong he is when it comes to turning a match around. But with that, that's the end of my video. That's the end of the video. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and I do hope you enjoyed this type of video. First time making it, so hopefully y'all enjoyed it. But with that, I must be going now. So have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and later.